discrepancy, and this live chat, I guess, just started right now. So let me just tell you what's going to happen here. Now, I actually came prepared today and made an actual presentation, so let's go to that real quickly. And so this is today's weather update. March 25th, 2015. Now, let's talk about some quick things real quick. First of all, thank you all for watching my weather update yesterday. It was an hour long. I promise this will not be an hour long today. And also, excuse me. And also, with this, I honestly enjoy doing these updates. I might start doing actual like news in the future, maybe daily, weekly news updates. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, so just stay tuned for that. But for now, let's talk about the weather. Now, this is probably what you woke up today. Just a nice, dreary rain that fell outside of your house. And this picture is from I don't know who this is from, but it is from Twitter. And seeing here, you see it was just it really shocked me when I woke up. And I was just like, what the heck is going on? Now, it's important to understand when we look at weather, the way weather is forecasted is when you take all these, they make all these models out of the atmospheric data. And so yesterday we talked about how this storm is going to be a troll of a storm, and we could end up with a lot of snow, a lot of rain, or no precipitation. And so when we looked at yesterday, obviously things changed because last night most of the models were saying, okay, we would have a lot of snow, and that's what most of the models generalized on. But then overnight around 2-3 a.m. there were some variables that changed in the upper atmosphere, which we'll get to in a minute, and that caused all the models to suddenly quickly generalize to that freezing point to change much later until 7 to 8 a.m. So that's why we saw a mostly rain event and little to no accumulating snow in the immediate Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. So let's look at what caused this rain to happen exactly. So originally what was predicted by the stat model was at 6 a.m. this morning, there would be a slight little with puddle, if you would call it, and then that puddle will be 1 degree above freezing, above 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. In this area, this is where the snow would fall down, and it would quickly, it would quickly come down. It would be coming down as snow, and then it would quickly unfreeze here, and it will refreeze when it hits the ground. Now, what happened yesterday was that this little shadow, instead of being only 1 degree, was 2 degrees centigrade above freezing, and this caused major problems in the forecast because then it didn't have enough chance to refreeze into snow when it hit the ground, and also the surface temperature was also way above 32 degrees, being at 34 degrees, and it just shows you how only 1 degree could change a lot in the weather forecast. And it's really just a sad part about predicting weather because there are so many changes that could happen. And so looking at the weather, you really have to be careful about what you look at, because if you look at your iPhone app, you probably saw 80% chance of snow. Well, guess what? Mother Nature, like we said yesterday, likes to be a troll. It trolled us yesterday, and guess what? We ended up with with almost no snow, and we saw mostly rain. Like, just look at the difference, only a little sliver above freezing, and then we have this little pocket right here above freezing, and that changed everything for us. And of course, this picture is courtesy of Steve McCauley, one of the best meteorologists around. Now, let's talk about what actually happened, and another reason why we had the changes in our snowfall prediction totals was because the storm, instead of moving right over the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex, the storm actually moved further to the south around north of Waco and through Corsicana and Stephenville. And this is why you saw much more snow down here. And especially, we talked about this convective bands, that if you were under those, you were pretty much guaranteed no school, because that band would just dump a bunch of snow on you. That's exactly what we saw here around Waxahachie and Corsicana. They saw 2, 3, 3.5 inches of snow around here because that band was right over this area. And so that's why in Corsicana, Waxahachie, they did not have school today, because so much snow was suddenly dumped on them. While here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we didn't see a lot of that, and we just saw only, honestly, this 1 inch. I honestly disagree with that. It was more like half an inch of snow because the snow barely stuck. And honestly, we did not have, the conditions were not right yesterday for we're not right for these for that snow to stick to the ground. And when we look at this, this is from the National Weather Service. When we look at this next picture, courtesy of Chris Walker from Ellis County, which is just south of Dallas County, you can see all this beautiful, beautiful snow on the ground. And they did not have school because, I mean, honestly, that is not safe driving weather right there. So lucky them. And we talked yesterday, if you were under those bands, if for some reason that went south and they were under that convective band of snow, then they would be lucky, and they lucked out and when they got no snow. And so, woohoo, go school. Now, enough of today. Now let's talk about tomorrow, and also more to talk, and also a little. I just love Texas weather because if you realize you went from this rain right here to snow, which almost looked like this, but none were not near like this. And then this afternoon, it was completely sunny, and it felt like it was spring. So, and there's Texas weather for you, polar opposites in 4 hours. So, go figure, go Texas. But now let's talk about our further winter weather potentials going down the road. And now tomorrow morning, okay, tomorrow morning we are expecting some very, 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 very light snow to fall in the immediate Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And we are only expecting a very, very light dusting, just a couple flurries here and there, nothing major, no impacts expected. It's just going to be some nice, pretty snow. You might want to take selfies with it, I don't know, but it's not going to cause any major problems. Now on Friday, now by the way, this is on Thursday morning, tomorrow morning. Now on Friday morning, and by the way, this you might not even see this tomorrow. It's going to be very light, isolated in nature. But on Friday morning, okay, on Friday morning, stress this, on Friday morning, the snow is going to be out here in the west, okay? But by Friday afternoon, so sorry, school's probably not going to be canceled on Friday morning, but Friday afternoon it's going to start moving over the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And this snow is going to be very light in nature, some very, very light snow showers, a little heavier than tomorrow, but it's still going to be very, very light in nature. You might even not see anything because this is still because there's really not going to be much, and especially in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, we're only expecting about a quarter of an inch of snow, if that, and maybe to the west a little more, about half an inch. And then again, this could, as we saw yesterday, this could always change. So stay tuned. But right now, this is what it's looking like it's going to happen, and this is from the National Weather Service. Now, what's interesting is on Saturday, we're going to have very cold temperatures. In fact, I believe those temperatures are going to be right around the 29, 30 degrees. And with that cold air, we're going to have a surge of Gulf moisture coming in. Now, with that Gulf moisture coming in over that cold air causes, we're going to see some fog and some light freezing drizzle and freezing fog. And what that could cause is a thin layer of ice develop on area roadways, especially area bridges, which could cause some hazardous road conditions. Now, the impact of this will be far less significant than the impact we saw on Monday and Tuesday morning, but there's still something to watch. And on Saturday morning, this will be a very interesting situation. And again, Saturday, we're still 2 days out from 2-3 days out from Saturday. A lot of stuff can change. Like yesterday's freak snowstorm we're supposed to have, we only even started thinking about that on Tuesday morning. So definitely stay tuned on this because we are not sure about what's going to happen. So weather, as we saw yesterday, it's very unpredictable. You have a lot of models that say different things. You have to generalize, and sometimes you're not so lucky. Sometimes you're pretty lucky. So long message short, make sure you read all the stuff. I've given you all those links to Steve McCall, the National Weather Service. Texas Storm Chasers is really good. DFW Scanner, read all their stuff. Understand that there are different variables in the upper atmosphere. Realize that those some of those things could go different than they were expected to, and like today, as we saw, things were very, very different. And just thank you for watching this. I know it's pretty boring and not useful at all, but I really truly do appreciate it. I'm looking at different ways to use this channel and explore the news and the weather I love so much in the future. But thank you all for your support, and don't forget current events tomorrow. Very important. It's good to stay current. And it was great. To say if you want, you can add me on Twitter at StephenD_0808. And overall, just thanks for all your support. I really truly do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And I hope you all have a great, great Thursday.